Kia ora koutou, talofa lava, malo lalani, symbol of Anaka, and welcome to Kiwi News Briefs. Hi, I'm Benno, and welcome to a roundup of what's happening around the world and around Aotearoa, New Zealand. Well, first up, Chris LUXON, the Prime Minister of the Coalition Party in New Zealand, is blaming the unions of the medical professionals and the education professionals that have all decided to band together and go against the government on a big nationwide strike at the end of October. I think if you really want to know the reason, they want you to pay them for the hard work that they do. Now, we know there are hours, up to 17 hours of waits at a public hospital for people in emergency rooms, and you know this is happening, so why don't you increase the money for training for more medical professionals? The same thing in education. There aren't enough people who are trained in one structured way as they used to be in teachers' colleges up and down the country. And if you did set up teachers' colleges again, everyone would be teaching the same curriculum. Will generally have a basis to actually teach. Right now, they're all playing hopscotch all over the education system. Now, they are also still working really hard, so you better step up. I think you've shaved your brain cells off with your hair. Maybe you shave your bum and then you'll get some real valuable answers, Mr. LUXON. Anyway, on another track, there are another person in the world who acts like Mr. LUXON, who is the person called Trump, who has actually asked about 300 National Guards to attack people in Oregon. Now, just because you were too scared to join the army and you backed off and just didn't even go on the legal draft when you were young, Mr. Trump, doesn't mean you can manipulate those people who take an oath to protect your country. You arrogant, misinformed, self-righteous, arrogant, narcissist pig. Speaking of other narcissists in schools in New Zealand, David Seymour, Erica Sanford, you have a whole lot of people who have decided that they no longer want to be in the education system because you two have decided that it's not important to do hospitality as a high school subject. We all know that they're crying out for people in hospitality, baristas, retailers, and you are cutting out the very subject in a high school which would get employment going. Now we know there is more unemployment up and down the country since you've actually got into office, the Coalition Party. So can you stop playing silly buggers? Stop getting paid overly for whatever you're supposed to be doing. Like, if you were in any other job, you would have got sacked for being incompetent in your job. So how about you pay these education people? How about you pay these retailers? How about you pay the medical staff their worth? Because it's like a rewinding record, and you still aren't getting your heads out of your assholes, Coalition Party. Also, the CBD in Auckland looks like a third world country with a whole lot of beggars outside sleeping rough overnight, and that is because the coalition government have actually shut down emergency housing. So the vicious cycle, which starts with the coalition party, get more housing, get more jobs, pay those people who are in jobs for what their money's worth is, and you will have a really thriving economy. And I'm not even a politician. I'm just a legal studies student who knows the games that politicians play. Now, you know it's all happening, but you want to keep a two-tiered society so that those who have are up here and those who don't have are down here. So how on earth can people that you've said, like teenagers, you're taking their dole off them, their job seeker money off them because you're saying that they should find jobs? Well, you've made no jobs available for anybody, you silly bald man. Anyway, Christmas is coming